Okay, we should be live. Everything should be coming through. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, hold on. I almost forgot to do this. Do we have the icons up? I completely forgot about this one little tiny thing. Hold on one second. Let me get that fixed. If you want to introduce yourself to Aki.
Hello, it's me, the Dark Lord.
Tell me.
Thank you, Satan. Let's see. Where did I put the link at? Here it is. Log in.
Ah. With that title, space between the slash and the at.
Oh, okay. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, sorry guys. Things might be a little bit slow. Give me
In the
just...
industry,
But,
in the industry, we call it scuff.
yeah. It's been a little bit since I've done streaming stuff, so... I mean, it's not been that long, but still. Let me see. Where is... Account? No. Scan QR code. Here we go.
Around 2 months for you since you last streamed.
I don't think it's been that long.
Because we finished Octopath before Dawn Trails released, right?
It was a little bit after Dawn Trail release, because we finished Octopath not that long after.
Ah, okay.
Okay, here we go. Where's the copy text bit? Here we go. Alright. Sorry, guys. Because, we'll go into some stuff here in a second, but I'm doing this a lot differently than how I usually do, where, I don't really have a way to properly record this, so this is being done off an emulator, just to give a heads up. And while doing that, here we go. While doing that, I've had to make a little bit of newer things. There we go. That should get it fixed. Let me get that in the bottom right. Okay. So, oh, is there a way to
Separate us?
not separate? I wanna
Oh, flip me?
flip. Yeah.
I can flip myself. Do you want to flip yourself too?
Nah, mine's fine. Just
Then
go
I'll
ahead.
just flip myself.
Okay.
I made one just so I can keep consistently.
Alright. I mean, it's not the end of the world, honestly. Anyway. So, hopefully the game audio is coming in okay. Let me just listen to it real quick.
And that should do it for me.
Alright, and then I'll fix the title, and we will get in it. There we go. I'm gonna
I'm
mute.
not.
Let me. Okay, it's I think it sounds okay. It's
Let
kind
me
of
hear for myself.
okay. All right, is it sounding all good?
Yeah, I think I sound a little loud, but yeah.
Okay. I can turn you down just a tiny bit, but I think
like
it'll be okay.
5.
Yeah, I think 4.3 will be fine. All right. So anyway, let's go over a couple things here because this is going to be the start of a brand new stream series for the Legend of Spyro trilogy. I do plan on doing all 3 games. This is the only one though I need to use an emulator for. So after this, I'll be playing off the Wii versions. I do have the Eternal Night and Dawn of the Dragon I still need to buy, but I have a history with these games that I want to see if they hold up. Now, gameplay, I'm not expecting much. This is not a very interesting game to watch. Well, let me rephrase that a little bit because that's going to sound bad. This game gets very repetitive, okay? That is just an underlying fact of it. The combat in this game is going to be a bit monotonous because there's a lot of it in this game. but I think the story is worth going through again, and that's the main reason why I wanted to play it. I've talked about redoing like a playthrough of this series for the longest time, like literally almost a decade. Back when I used to do Let's Plays, I wanted to Let's Play this game because I wanted to see if I still liked it even, but I just never really did it. And then I even said, I think in one of my videos, I forget which one, I think it was Twilight Princess, I said like I wanted to go back and do something with the Legend of Spyro games and see if they've held up. And I just never did. So today, I'm going to be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing each game back to back, but as of right now, the plan is I'm going to do this game, and I might do a game afterwards, but we'll see. This game, though, not very long. I'm expecting, if we go for 3 hours, about probably 2 streams, maybe 3 at the absolute most. But yeah. Well, that said, though, everything should be good, and I have had to kind of get this to fit in the frame a certain way. The game might... I don't think it should be cut off. Everything should still be in frame, but if not, then, you know, just let me know. Also, I better get... There's one thing I forgot to get pulled up here while I'm doing this, and then we'll go right into the game.
Yeah.
But, Aki, I'll talk about... oh, hello, Digital. I'm glad to say that I'm not the only one that also grew up with these games. Aki, while I'm getting some stuffs here, do you have any experience with this series?
Well, I have history with the original trilogy of Spyro games.
Mm-hmm.
I have lived through these games being released and then hearing about them, and also visiting some cousins' house that were playing this game. Mostly my childhood self was just like, what did they do to Spyro? What is he grown up now? Why is he beating people up like this? Why is he just breathing fire? Where's the goofy sound effect for charging?
In a world beyond.
Yeah, this game was a very weird time for Spyro, because this was obviously after, you know, the big original trilogy, where you know, the Insomniac games are still revered as some of the best on the PlayStation, and still some of my favorite games of all time. I mean, my Twitter profile's been Spyro for the longest time. But these games I fell into by complete accident. Back when Twilight Princess was coming out, I wanted that game more than any other game that was releasing that year. And we were going to get ready to go on a camping trip. And so my mom had gone to GameStop and had tried to get Twilight Princess, but ended up getting this instead because she knew I liked Spyro growing up. And I had seen the commercials for this game and thought, oh, okay, it's going for like a more narrative approach of a story more than the original games did. But would it be something I was going to get? I don't know. But then I ended up playing it over Christmas break, and I walked away liking it. At least I did at the time. And since then, I've probably beaten it a few more times over the years, but I think the last time I fully beat this game was like 2010 or 9. It's been a very, very long time.
May they look after us all.
And I remember I got Dawn of the Dragon that Christmas when in the year that game came out, and then the Eternal Night I didn't play until about 2017, 16, I think. I was in university at that point, because then I had some income, so I just bought it on Wii and then played through it. But yeah, this this series also, I think, one thing that I do think that doesn't get talked about enough is just some of the cast they got for this game. Because I've never seen the Lord of the Rings films. But the fact that they got Elijah Wood, like one of the main characters from that, to voice Spyro in this. And I'm more familiar with him in this than I ever was with Lord of the Rings. And then you also, he'll come up on screen in a second, but you have Gary Oldman as well, a phenomenal actor, who I know mostly as Commissioner Gordon from the Christopher Nolan Batman films, and now the fucking elephant in the room, David Spade. because just like Carmelita and
Eventually,
and
the
Sly,
egg came to rest in a distant
Sparks has a
pool,
new actor
where a
every single
family of
game.
dragonflies
In this
gathered
game, it's
round,
David Spade,
wondering
which,
what
to be fair, I
magnificent
think he's
creature could
probably the...
possibly live inside.
I like him more in this game than I
Though
did
they didn't
Billy
have to
West, because
wonder
Billy
for
West
long.
does just basically his Fry voice from Futurama. It's very high pitch. Well, in this one, he's a little bit lower, and David Spade, depending on, I think, the movie, can be entertaining. I like Joe Dirt. But I just say it in chat, too. Eternal Night is the worst of the three, in your opinion.
What
I
emerged from the egg frightened them at
don't know if I'm gonna
first,
have
but
that same
finally
opinion.
erased
Like, my
and
favorite one is
astonished
probably the
them.
third one.
8,
But it also
9,
helps that that game's,
10.
like,
Here I come.
world is just kind of fun to explore,
It was
especially
a
when you get to,
purple
like,
dragon,
Avalar and stuff.
who they eventually adopted and raised as one of their own. They named him Spyro, and he grew up alongside Sparks, the young dragonfly who was born the same day. In fact, the two were almost like brothers. And a more oddly matched yet compatible pair of brothers the world has never seen.
Never catch me this time, purple boy.
As for Spyro,
It's so
unlike
weird
all
hearing
of us,
David Spade
accepted the world into
in
which he
this
was born,
game.
believing
Oh, not
he
only
was
that,
loved.
the voice actress for number
Big purple
5 from Kids Next Door
who
is in this
wanted
too. She plays the main villain, actually.
Oh.
Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Like I said, I did just get this all set up today.
I see you,
There we
my
go.
little glowing friend.
I actually forgot, like, you had to, like, modify the GameCube adapter to be able to play on the
Yeah, you
on the
better
Dolphin
run.
emulator. Okay, controls are still the same. Also, please forgive me if I do make some mistakes. I have been playing Astrobot a ton over the past few days. So my memory right now is, like, thinking of a normal 2D platformer. Hold on.
I'm just seeing this. I was like,
There we go.
what did they do to him?
Yeah, that's about the reaction I had when I first played the game.
Because at this point, I'm used to his polygonal PS1 look
Alright.
and 2.
Right now, I'm just trying to kind of get an idea for the camera. I have to do, like, it's because the, there we go. The camera controls on the GameCube, when I'm so used to, like, the Switch Pro controller and the DualSense nowadays, it's really weird when I go back to a GameCube game, because I just don't use the GameCube that often, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Also, I am kind of playing the game at a higher resolution than, you know, it normally came out at. And honestly, I'm surprised. It does look it looks actually still pretty
What's the
decent.
matter, little Spyro? You can't fly? Oh, that's right. You walk everywhere. That's too bad. You're toast when I catch you.
See, that's something I do think David Spade has over Billy West in these games, is that he's able to give that sass, and that's a lot of what Sparks does throughout well, at least the first two games. The third game, he's kind of just like
Let me out of here, you overgrown
he drops a lot of, like, a
Spyro,
childishness
seriously,
to
let me
him.
a hand here, will you, brother? Geez, Sparks, I don't know. Frogweed's gotta eat too. Spyro, whack it! Do something! I'm your buddy! My wings are getting moldy!
Alright. Also, this game only has one button combat.
Oh.
Ugh. Now I smell almost as bad as you do. And that's pretty bad. See you later, sucker!
There is
So much for gratitude.
there's a line in the third game. We'll get to it at some point. But there's a line that Sparks says that to this day I think is almost unmatched in terms of just pure comedy for how much it makes me laugh. Like, people I know can have different opinions on this series of Spyro in particular, but I do think the writing was at least pretty decent. Like, besides just the main story, but also the comedy bits too were pretty funny.
Hey, that's cheating. We're not allowed in there.
Excuses, excuses. Catch up or give up, Chunky.
This is like we're just kind of like doing some normal tutorial stuff. I guess I'll also kind of which line is it? I forget I know it's an Avalar. I don't remember the exact line verbatim, but it's kind of like they see these things coming to them, and Sparks is like, "It's the dragons, we're saved," and then it turns out to be like these enemies. It's like, we're all gonna die, and it's just the way it's just performed. It makes me laugh literally every time.
And gives me advice says, "Oh yay, it's the Catholic Church. Oh no, it's the Catholic Church."
It's just the way that it's performed. Like, Aki, could you look up who voices Sparks in Dawn of the Dragon?
Yeah,
Because I just can't remember. Because like I said, they did kind of cut back so much on his sass that... And also, I guess it's just not as, like, what the fuck casting is like David Spade or Billy West.
This is getting a little boring. Sparks!
Wayne Brady, I think.
Invisible coward, let me go.
Any notable stuff?
Let's see.
Don't let him get away.
New beginning, eternal night. Yep, there he goes. King Dice in the Cuphead show. Rest in peace, that show.
Alright, so if I remember correctly, the big
What's with
thing...
the slow-mo?
So, that is a setting that I think I can turn down, but if I remember this correctly, the way that you can really make combat in this game a lot easier is by turning this mode on. In fact, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll put it, like, right here for now. But if I remember my combo right, the best thing to do would be to have them go up, and basically you want to do this because you're away from the other enemies. You know how like in Spider-Man you want to get the guys like up in the air, so that way the guys on the ground can't hit you? It's kind of like that, except this combat's nowhere near as fluid. And I'm surprised I'm actually getting these slow-mo things, because I did lower it, unless it's really that forgiving.
Yeah, what it says here for Wayne Brady, he doesn't do much really. His most recent role is the Cuphead show, which was around 2 years ago, and before that, finished him for the movie, A Loud House, and some Scooby-Doo stuff. Food Fight.
Oh, really? I was reading chat. That's weird. I've actually, one thing I do know in this game, there is an interview with Elijah Wood that you can watch where he's like, if you could have like any of Spyro's abilities, like what would it be? And he said like flight or something. But I've never heard David Spade or Gary Oldman ever talk about this franchise. Oh, he just killed his guy.
Let me out of here and fight me like a thing, whatever you are. You pathetic wretch.
I've had about enough of you.
Sparks, look out! No! Was that fire, dude?
Also, he could totally slip through
I
that.
gotta report the sender.
Alright, so this is also another point. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down. I did not think it was gonna be I didn't think it was gonna be that fucking like obnoxious about it. It's like I don't know if I'm just hitting the timing that good, or if I'm just like, or if the game is like being very nice to me. I mean, because overall, this game really isn't that hard, to be perfectly honest. Oh yeah, but now that we have the flame attack. So also another point of contention this series does get, and I do get it, is that the fire ability is tied to a meter. It's literally a magic meter.
Oh. That's no magic meter. That's a tired meter. You gotta give him sippies to recover.
Well, I think they just probably wanted to do something with the gems. So the red gems, like in Spyro 1, would give you 1 count, The greens would be 2. In this game, the reds are your health, and
You okay?
uh, I'm mixed on it, to be honest. Like, I get why they do it. It's because of how the game's designed with the combat.
So I'm just about ready
But
to blow the top off that place and
Spyro,
kick that guy's
being a
30.
dragon,
When
and being
Spyro
able to breathe
loses some
fire, I
serious
feel like should be like a
flame,
normal thing he can
no
just do
joke.
naturally.
Flames from the mouth.
I mean, his
Well,
upbringing
I was just
aside in
trying
the
to
story,
help.
but like just
Yeah,
as a
I was trying to help.
dragon,
You
you should
nearly
be able
turned
to
me
do
into
it
ashes,
without
dude.
any kind of issue.
Mom, Dad, you should have seen
But
it.
also in
He
the
came out
OG
breathing
games, there was no
fire.
meter for flame. You
Alright,
just
I
press the
tell
circle
you,
button
it's
and you
crazy.
spit out fire. That was all there was to it.
You don't believe me. Spyro, tell him.
Well, it's true, Dad. I swear. I just got real mad, opened my mouth, and whoosh, Flame City.
It's not that, Spyro. I believe you both. It's just that your mother and I knew this day would come.
What day?
The day when we would have to tell you the truth.
So that was the night that Spyro learned he wasn't a dragonfly after all, but in fact an exile from an unknown
I'm actually
distant
gonna look
land.
up the voice cast of this game.
You mean I'm not your
It
real
kind of
son?
sounded like he was ready to take a
You
nap.
are our real son. It's just that you came from somewhere else. Far away, where wars rage on, and the innocent seem to always pay the price.
It wasn't long after that night that Spyro decided to venture forth and find his home.
So that's it, huh? Leaving Sparks behind the old
Alright.
homestead?
I'm looking
Not
at,
care in
because
the
the
world.
voice for
Don't look back.
Sparks' dad
This
just
is
sounded
your
familiar
home,
to me, so
Sparks.
I'm trying to see if I can
But
find
I just found out
anything.
that my home is out there somewhere, and I've got to find it. Besides, I'm not leaving you behind. I'm just leaving you where you belong.
Well, I thought I belonged with you, because I'm always with you. But I guess I was wrong, huh? I'm sure I'm wrong on a lot of things. You know what? You're right, I'm wrong.
Don't worry about him, Spyro. You know how hot-headed he can be. You'll see him when you get back.
Well, one thing I'm noticing is that apparently he
Now,
plays
now,
Merlin
son,
in Kingdom
keep your head
Hearts.
up, your nose clean,
Ah.
and use that breath
Like I
of
said,
yours
like they went
wisely.
all out
All
on the
gifts
voice
come
cast
with
for
a
this game.
price.
Like you got a lot of
Don't
really
listen to
high-profile
your
actors in
father's
this.
preaching, Spyro. Just be yourself. It's all any of us can do.
Loading screen.
So,
Loading
hard as it
screen.
was,
I'm just looking through some of
Spyro
these
left
other
the
ones.
only family he had ever known and journeyed on.
Yeah, they also got
Where?
the voice
He
of
did not know.
Ansem the Wise from Kingdom Hearts.
His eyes.
He has a really weird face in this series. Well, mostly in the first and second game. Alright. That's pretty much our whole story. Now, actually, one thing I do think that is kind of like an interesting parallel to another game that, like, because, you know, this game came out in 2006. But another game story that does start off pretty similar to this one, how we saw Spyro floating down the river and stuff like that, was actually Dragon Quest XI. The main character's backstory is like very, very similar to Spyro's in this series.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. Be prepared for a lot of combat. They also have like really weird cries too.
His rotation's funny. I even sit in the middle of his body. It's so just.
Brr. Okay, I think I actually remember the timing for this, as weird as that is, and I haven't played this game in so long. But as a kid, I did notice, like, the slow-mo chance, like, anytime you do that, I think you do technically do more damage, because it's like a perfect hit sort of thing.
We got bursts to
Me
do.
and the old man were chatting, and this whole belonging thing, you know, came up, and we decided that best friends belong together. Even if one of them is purple and does have some weight issues.
Weight issues, huh? Well, at least I've never been turned into a lantern.
Oh, please, lantern schmantern. Let's see what's out there.
What's the average lifespan for a dragonfly?
That's a good question.
Seven to 56 days.
Damn. And you know what's sad? That it lasted longer than Concord did.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a fucking like weird thing to see in the news, like in gaming news, I should say. It's like
You say weird. I say expected.
well, I didn't think it was gonna die that quick.
Yeah. My first estimations were 3 months at the very least.
I was gonna say a year because that's usually how it goes. Because Sea of Thieves is still a thing, and so is Suicide Squad, even though that game is is way dead.
You know, Concord still doesn't have the record for being a live service game that died quickly. That still goes to Love Live Idol Festival 2.
What about the
Where-
day? What about the day before?
What?
That zombie live service game that that came out in like December, the one that got taken off of Steam, or did you not hear? The day before. It just looked like a very, very bad like asset flip, and like it was just a giant fucking scam.
Ah, I see. Anyways, the other live service game I was talking about, Love Live Idol Festival 2, they announced its release date. And then they announced its dissolution in the same paragraph.
That's almost like that one Bandai Namco game that that this happened to recently. I think it was called like Blue Gander or something like that. This was recent that it said like, oh, our plans to bring it to the West have been we changed our mind because the service is ending soon.
Oh, I'm reading this article now on what I'm talking about. Technically, Concord gets that record now. It's just that the Idol one got their news faster. Because released on February, but we're also shutting down in March. The Concord beats it by 2 weeks.
See if we can find the day before.
A day before shutdown?
Yep. Like look up the release date and then see when it shut down.
7th of December of last year.
Yeah.
And the shutdown date, January 22nd, 2024.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, Concord beat it. That's surprising. Yeah, by the way, we are gonna need a lot of like segues for shit, because I'm not kidding, there's so much combat in this game.
So much combat that's not interesting, huh?
Like, I do say, like, this game is not terrible, but it is one that, back in the day, like, when games were still, like, $50 during this time of in gaming, you would not want to, I would not pay $50 for this.
Still better than Superman 64.
Yes, I would definitely say. Oh, actually, you know one thing with Spyro we haven't really talked about? Like, the OG trilogy, you know, was always a thing, and, like, with how its quality was, but one thing that I genuinely, to this day, still think that the OG trilogy stands above its in anything from even PlayStation or even games nowadays is the soundtrack.
Yep.
Like, I never even listened to the Who much, to be honest with you. But it did let me know about Stuart Copeland and his legacy that he left on this franchise. I did not mean to come down here. I'm thinking, like, I have to keep battling people because we are going to get to a point soon where we are going to be able to start actually leveling up the character. Because this game, like Devil May Cry, because I'm pretty sure those games are pretty popular around this time, lets you level up your breath attacks, lets you level up your I don't remember you level up your health or if you have to find certain things for that.
Here's a question: are you building up points to level up now?
That was the plan, but I don't think I've gotten them yet. Actually, we can check. No, not yet.
All this combat is worthless then if it's not accumulative when you get that chance.
Pretty much. I think it's just because there's a lot. This game has a lot of tutorial because the combat is the biggest thing about this game. Like I can't stress enough. If you cannot stand the combat, you are not going to get very far in this
Spyro's
game.
journey really began when he and I finally met again for the very first time. Oh, it's a long story.
And I thought you were a big one. Goodness.
You're alive, but it's too late.
Oh, okay.
Too late.
Too late for what? Who are you? Do you know me? Where do I come from? What are you? What are we? What am I?
You mean you don't know?
Does it sound like he knows?
You're a dragon. When you
Sparks
were
would be
just
good
an
at
egg, it was my
gaining
job to
sense.
protect you. It was my job to protect all of you.
There are others?
Others? There were. There were 4 of us. Guardians, that is. And we had one job. Ensure that all the eggs were hatched. It was the year of the dragon after all. And our very survival depended on those eggs.
Actually, here's a neat
The
little thing
temple.
we could see.
And grotto.
This game came out in 2006. Was that the
Overrun.
year of the dragon?
Temple? What temple?
2006,
Because I know
year of the
the
dog.
No.
I do know that
Who knows what
either
forces occupy the
1999 or
temple now?
2000 was the year of the
What
dragon, I
state it's in.
think.
You don't understand.
2006 was the year of the dog.
After
Oh,
they
okay.
came for you.
Year
Well, who is they? And why did they come for me?
of the
Because
dragon.
The prophecies spoke of a purple dragon. A dragon born only once every 10 generations. You.
You. Does
So
that mean
2000
him?
is a dragon.
Wait,
2012 is
This
another
guy,
dragon.
Spyro, some
This year's the year of the
special
dragon.
once-in-a-purple
Okay,
thing?
so every 12 years.
I think you might mix that one up. Whoa, that's a little.
So this is something I
bit of a
like. This is where I say like the
I've heard
lore
some
for this series I think is
doozies in
pretty
my
interesting
day, but
because
that
they
takes
put
the
in the
cake.
fact that
Spyro,
the purple dragon is
Well, Spyro,
kind of like the Avatar
assure you
in a
that
way.
I'm telling
I
you
don't
the
think they
truth.
retain their memories
The
or
Dark
stuff like
Armies
that, but they are
attacked,
able to
intending on
master.
destroying the eggs and
like,
killing the rest of us.
I'm probably getting ahead
They
here, but
nearly
they can master
succeeded.
all 4 elements
And
of
then they lay
Earth,
siege to the
Fire,
other islands.
electric,
We
and
were at
ice.
war.
Hmm. So Purple Dragon is
For
basically
many
their
years,
hero.
we fought all over
Or
the
it can
islands.
either be their
We
greatest
fought
weapon
clashes
or
with the
their
armies
their
of the
greatest
Dark Master,
hero or
who was
darkest
intent on preventing the prophecies from coming
thing.
true.
Gotcha, they're Jedis.
The other 3 guardians and I led our small but valiant forces into battle after battle against our ruthless, mercenary foe. And when we were beginning to turn the tide, Cinder came.
Cinder?
Yes, Cinder. Cinder was, is monstrous, horrific, ferocious. A black dragon that fills the skies with terror. An unstoppable force of nature.
Yeah, you had me at ferocious. Listen, sounds like that thing that was chasing us, Spyro.
Yes, she still searches for me. And years ago I watched as Cinder plucked the other guardians from the fields of battle, like so many ripe grapes from a vine. Without them, our cause is lost. Only I, Ignitus, managed to escape. Not that it matters. Cinder now rules all, and I sit here wondering what might have been. What else I might have done.
Wow. Sounds fun. I want to hang out with this guy.
Yeah. Why have you given up? I just find out that I'm this special dragon, and you tell me all is lost? That I have no home or family left? I've come way too far to give up now.
We literally
I wanna see
have
where I
walked
come
like
from.
3
Hold
blocks.
up,
We have
Savior
not
boy,
gotten that
were
far.
You not listening to this guy? He's talking about flying dragons and war and horrible. This is bad stuff, all right? I don't know if we're hearing the same thing.
Yes, Spyro. It's not as simple as that. It's true, the prophecies spoke of a purple dragon destined to put his stamp on this age. But the prophecies didn't foretell the devastation that surrounds us now.
Maybe you're right, but I'm willing to try. I want to take the first step.
You're actually gonna go along with this lunatic.
Very well then. We'll go. You deserve to see your beginning.
I just like how he's
Before
Ignitus
it
is just
ends.
completely ignoring Spyro.
Am I the only one saying here?
Mhm.
He's telling us we're doomed, all right? That's when I go, maybe we should, go back to the forest with the flowers and the fun stuff.
Spyro literally found out he can breathe fire, left the forest like, fuck, I'll save everyone.
I mean, game's got a game, I guess.
Yeah.
Cinder's soldiers must have knocked the other two statues out of place. Heathens.
It's
What other two statues?
On the other side of this door.
even as a kid,
are
I
two
thought this was a little bit
statues just like
hokey.
these. When all 4 statues are positioned correctly, the door opens.
Yeah, good. I was never good at geometry, so what do you want us to do?
Spyro, I need you to get in there and move the statues in place.
Me? How?
There's a small tunnel that animals use to access the caves. Find it and use it.
Yeah, animals are... Okay, you know what? You do that, and I'll wait here.
I'm pretty sure he's
Or, Ignitus, you could just ram down the door.
What's funny is that's kind of what he does.
This thing looks like it's made out of wood. Burn it.
If it was a number 1, if it was a pencil, it'd be a number 1. Hey. Since we got some conversation time now. Oh yeah, because unlike Octopath, this is going to be way easier to be talking about just random shit because we're going to be doing a lot of fighting and stuff outside of cutscenes.
Ironically, you find active combat easier to talk about than turn-based combat.
I know, right? Okay, OG Spyro though. You said like you were more familiar with it and stuff, so let's go with that for right now. Because like I grew up with a PlayStation. I grew up with both Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, but always gravitated more towards Spyro. What about you?
I had access to Crash 2, and I played the absolute hell out of it. I also had access to Spyro. As a child, I learned how to 100% beat those. I never had access to 1, it was always 2.
Hey, win in, don't break it, right? Go nuts.
I had Spyro 1, 2, and 3, and Crash 1 through 3. But as a kid, I always gravitated towards Spyro 2 and 3 the most. It actually wasn't until the Reignited trilogy came out that I actually did finally beat Spyro 1. I remember as a kid, I did get up to Nasty Nork, but I was never able to beat him, because I think back then you had to do it all in one go without dying. But we also got to like the last boss in Spyro 2, but we never beat it. But I was able to beat Spyro 3 as a kid.
Yeah, for me in Spyro 2, I never... Actually, no, I did. It was the water levels I was most hesitant to complete it or even play. So I hated those levels the most.
I actually never minded them. Like, when I was a kid, the sharks and, like, the seahorse level scared the crap out of me, but nowadays it's nothing.
I mean, feels like all the water levels in that game have sharks in them. With sharks in video games in general scare the hell out of me, even in Final Fantasy XIV where they don't even fight you. I can still swim up to them.
What'd you think of the Jack and Daxter lurker shark that would just... Oh, I think I have to do this while they're coming.
Even to this day, when I grabbed that orb from on top of that tower in Jack 1, when I had to jump down through the water and get back to the beach, I'm panicking the entire time. Try to jump as far as possible and pray.
I was actually thinking about doing the Jak and Daxter trilogy, because I would love to start learning speedrun tech, especially for Jak 3.
I love the Jak and Daxter series.
Same.
They did Kira so dirty. Hey.
Well, that's
Here
because
we
Jak
go.
3 didn't really know what the fuck it wanted to write.
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Yeah.
Little insects, my tail section.
The past is prelude, tomorrow a dim promise. Allow us entrance, do not reject us.
I know what I'll do. Puh, puh.
It should
Open
for us.
sesame.
There is a
That's all I got.
disturbance. It seems my fears have been realized. They've desecrated the interior as well. Guess we'll have to open it the old-fashioned way. Make your way through the connecting rooms, restoring every statue you can find.
Hey, you know what? Let's don't and say we didn't. Why don't you do it?
You want my help?
Like I said, I like Sparks in this game because he's
Alright.
very witty, and they
Those
cut
guys
this
come to
down
life.
so much as the games keep going on.
Maybe kids that are playing this game are like,
Careful.
I'm
Spyro.
too old for this garbage comedy. I want cool and edgy.
Oh, goody.
I mean, that's essentially what it was that they
But
wanted.
yes. Yeah, kids back in the day
Hey,
did think
Spyro,
like
what
that.
was that about?
I mean, I
don't
did.
really know. I just felt like I had to hit it. And when I did, the power of 1,000 suns surged through my body.
I feel like you'd be
Right.
you'd be
Yeah,
combusting
okay.
if you did.
Well, you know what? You should really
Mhm.
sleep better. You know, I'm gonna stop bugging you. We really need to get 8 hours.
Forget I said anything. Let's go.
Like, that's one thing too, like, to give props to this series, like, they really do feel like, you know, like, that is how me and my brother did talk to each other sometimes, when we were growing up. It was around the time, I think, during this game, though, when it came out, that we started differentiating into different series and stuff. Like, I stayed between, like, platformers and RPGs, but he was way more into, like, you know, the wrestling game, like the WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, MLB, you know, just your EA Sports games and shit, right?
Actually, same with me and my brother. He stayed with FIFA and Call of Duty. I stick with the more goofy stuff.
But it is thanks to him though, because like he would always usually get like the big blockbuster games that were coming out. So when Uncharted 3 came out, he got that, and I ended up going through this series because of that. And now Uncharted's like unironically my favorite Naughty Dog property. And I know that might sound like a heathen thing to say, considering Jak and Daxter I also enjoy a lot. But if we're just talking from beginning to end, I just really, really like Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted. When I want a good story game with good fun combat, Uncharted. So when I replay those games, I'll probably keep to normal because Uncharted 3 has scarred me for life.
No, Uncharted 2 scarred me for life because the fucking final boss in the train section on normal mode. The boss of that.
Oh, the train one.
Uncharted
I can see it.
2. Well, it's because the boss was just so fucking annoying to deal with.
I didn't know how to do that,
That's
Spyro.
quite an entrance, young dragon. There might be hope for us yet.
Why are you walking with a limp? You didn't do anything.
When I stretched to bring you up, I pulled an ankle.
What are these?
Pulled a muscle.
These are spirit gems. A gift from the ancestors.
What kind of gift?
A gift that speaks across generations. A gift that empowers you with the spirit of the past, strengthening you with the wisdom of the ages.
Well, it looks like we dropped some
Oh,
frames.
soul
You're
crystals.
powerful already.
Looks like we dropped a few frames, but it should be fine.
Hmm.
Alright, collecting blue gems will increase your spirit energy used to upgrade your breaths through the level up upgrade screen on the pause menu. Got it.
Sounds like you're smacking a metal pan.
Yeah, there's some weird sound effects in this game.
Do you hear that?
What is it?
Exactly
What's
what I
that camera?
feared. Look, Spyro. Perhaps we should turn
We've
back.
been through 2 doors,
What?
my guy.
After
We've
coming
not.
this far?
We have not even
If
gone
this
that
door is
far.
closed, it means there are intruders behind. It's how the temple protects itself.
Yeah, it doesn't work too well, does it?
It's like if we got into
what are you
Labyrinth of the
saying,
Ancients and
James?
literally got up all
What
the
I'm
first 2
saying
flights
is
of
the
stairs and
only
said,
way
"Alright,
the
we're
door
out."
will open.
Yeah,
Don't say
like
it.
we have.
Is if the intruders are kicked out of there.
Didn't I just say don't say it?
Again, this is where I think the writing gets a little bit hokey, because like when you think about the context, like, wait, it's been 2 rooms. You have not done a thing. You helped lift us up. That's about it.
The most we've done is left you alone to your own thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Was Gary? I want, like some of the chat said earlier that David Spade said he hated working this game. I want to know what happened. Like, what was Gary Oldman thinking? Because Gary Oldman is going to be in all 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, not for nothing, he does a really good job. I actually genuinely love his performance as Ignitus.
How convenient. Oh, how convenient. Cleans itself up.
Well, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about upgrades as soon as this little part's done. So how I plan on going about this for the level ups, because it takes a lot to get your stuff leveled up. Fire is going to be the one I'm probably going to prioritize the most, followed by electricity, if I remember right. Because there are 8 things to upgrade, but by the end of the game, I don't think it's possible to get everything upgraded to max. And there's not
I assume this game.
Huh.
Go on.
I don't think there's a new game plus. I don't recall there being one anyway.
That's what I was gonna ask.
If there
I always
is,
assume-
if there is, then I legit just don't remember.
Yeah, this game seems like it would be. You can complete everything on the second playthrough.
Oh, where'd you come from?
From the earth of the sun.
Arr! By the way, get used to seeing monkeys a lot throughout this well, at least the first 2 games. The 3rd game just kind of drops them for these weird shadow demon things. But a lot of the monkeys are in this game. The 2nd game, the final boss is a monkey too, and he was the one that actually ordered the hit on the temple.
Mm-hmm. Monkey.
One detail I do genuinely like is that when you're doing this to them, you see the armor break off of them. I don't know if they take more damage or something, but like you saw, like you hear that cracking, you see some stuff kind of getting knocked off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey kids, you want to see a dead body? 3 of them?
Just casually teaching kids how to create atrocities.
I'm wondering why they had they just had the fuse powder going over there. It's like, what were you going to accomplish with this? Kaboom. Okay, I take damage too. Okay, glad to know.
I mean, that's realistic. You need to be hiding behind something to not take explosive damage.
Oh, yeah.
Feel easy.
We were talking about like music and stuff. So like, the music for these games, I'm gonna just say right now, do not even hold a candle to the OG trilogy. But like the main theme of this game, you have like the soft choir kind of, backing it. I want to say they kind of redo this kind of same idea for the 3rd game, if I remember correctly, because Avalar was always my favorite section of that game.
Spyro, you've been fighting these monkeys this entire time.
We nabbed your guardian buddies, but you managed to escape our clutches. Until now.
Stand back, Spyro. And let me show you what a dragon trained in the ancient ways can do.
Okay.
Faster you can get smoked.
I would do it for you, Hermie.
You tailed swipe them and then hit them. That's the ancient
Whoa,
ones.
the big guy's got some moves.
I did not gash him. He hit him with claws. That's a stab. Dragon Soul!
It's essentially what he
Are you
did,
okay,
actually.
Ignitus?
Yes. As I get older, it takes longer to recover.
Yeah.
And he does recovery gems.
Incredible, Ignitus. Can you show me how to do that?
Patience, young dragon. Soon
Arrow.
enough, you'll learn all I have to teach.
I like the gems.
But right now, you must fight.
I think this is our big tutorial. No, let me get the gems!
You fools!
Yeah, Ignitus, you gonna help us, buddy? No? Okay. Here, you come here.
Be nice doing all of that, just take out one big monkey, meanwhile Spyro literally comboing him in the air.
It's like I can't get down.
I can't get down, I can't get down.
Lewis, call for help. Arr! I like how they're trying to dodge roll, but they're just doing fucking flips in the wall.
Just like me in Monster Hunter. When I'm not paying attention to my surroundings. Speaking of, I've been playing more World.
Thought you say you didn't like World.
I don't. I've been playing more of it so I can understand it better, because everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Man, does it love to piss me off. I understand the mechanics better. Then I play Rise to make myself feel happier.
Forget about the pain.
Yeah. World is definitely a game you have to play with friends to make it feel better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still
If
trying to figure
Simba's
out how I'm gonna
forces were
do,
here, there was certainly be more of them in the
Wilds.
temple.
Oh, goody.
They won't be there for long.
I mean, I've got you to play with. I'm more
Wonderful,
saying I don't
now
know
he's
if I'm gonna
getting
get it on PC or PS5 yet.
Oh, remember, crossplay.
Yeah, I know.
So, if you want to stay comfy, PS5, because it's probably better optimized for a console.
Yeah, that's how it tends to be, unless it was the Rise. Well, the Rise was just super easy to run.
Hmm. It was made for the Switch, so. Look at him just. With his head.
I'm gonna get. I want to go back to. I want to get back to the music discussion in just a second, but I did want to talk about like,
Sweet.
kind of go back to like the world of this thing for Spyro. We get to see a lot of this world between this game. The second game we don't get to see that much, and the third game, because by the third game you're pretty much going all around the world itself too. I've always okay, I thought we had finished it. So back in the olden days of the internet, my history on the internet, I should say, I was really into fan fiction actually around the time when this game came out. That was like my precipice of it. Like I was just getting into like reading stuff about people making stuff, and there was actually a few good Spyro fanfics that kind of went to like expanding more like these like to really get your imagination kind of flowing about like what this place was like if like more dragons had survived and stuff. And I think that's one of the reasons I kind of have a lot of nostalgia for this Spyro trilogy.
Take out that dragon statue and put a statue of Hylia, and you got the first temple in Skyward Sword. Guilty as charged on that front too. But not with Spyro, another property.
I mean,
I have
now,
to wait for him.
yeah, it's like with Sid and Castrum back in the day.
At least Sid ran and teleported and ran again. Hey. Waddle, 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 waddle. Waddle, 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 waddle.
Spyro, we're not in Kansas anymore.
What's a Kansas?
I don't know. He looks so shocked, but here's kind of the problem with this. His perspective, he can't see anything.
My Final Fantasy XIV problem. My character looking at something that she possibly couldn't see.
What happened here?
I understand this way too well.
Has done. Put all the islands under her iron rule.
It looks.
What are we
so-
supposed to be
I wanted to see
seeing?
where
It,
came
yeah, it's
from.
like it's more suns. I
didn't
never
know it was going
understood
to
this.
be
It's
like
like it's
this.
supposed to be sunset.
Yeah,
I
no
guess.
offense, but this place is a bit of a dump.
It's a forest.
This was once our home, Spyro.
We're talking about like the
Together we can
rocks
make it
looking
our home
broken.
once again. Reclaim what's rightfully ours.
What do you mean?
I mean that my time for heroics is past. But with your help, we might be able to beat Cinder.
I can't, Ignitus. I just learned
You
what I learned.
literally just said I have to
Can,
try.
Spyro, you can. You
Gotcha. He
are
has bipolar
a
disorder at this
dragon,
point.
A very special creature.
Like I get what they're wanting to do. I
You've given
do.
me hope again.
Or he's wishy-washy.
Now it's time to give hope.
You've given me hope.
to
You've cleared
all
4
of them.
rooms.
Yeah, it wasn't Ignite. It's
not
just
sure what
like
help I can
out
be,
full a couple
Ignitus,
rooms
but
back, and now he's trying to gas up
I'll try.
Spyro.
It's like I get what they're going for. The
I'll try.
problem is that the writing isn't
Good.
reflecting this. That
That's
not
all
enough
I can
time has
ask.
passed. It's literally
Now come
been
with
like
me.
probably
I have
10
something
minutes.
for you. The style you used earlier is crude, archaic, and obvious. But you got the job done.
What's archaic about it?
Not bad, considering you haven't been taught anything about what it means to be a dragon.
Thanks. I think.
But if you're going to have a chance
Okay, I'll give it for that
Cinder
facial expression
and
at the
her
end there.
army, you're going to need to learn a lot more.
Oh, good. School.
Unlike any school
You know what's a
you've ever
school?
known, young friend.
I could imagine they know what a school is.
Now it's time to unleash the true dragon within you.
Did not have history about actual dragons.
Each of the guardians is master
Yeah.
of an element. I, as you may have surmised, am master of fire. Pay attention, and you may be someday too.
Bye-bye!
How'd your eyes wig out right there for a second?
You seem to have learned the ability to breathe fire on your own. That's very impressive and uncommon.
Wait, why are the monkeys just suddenly dojo dummies?
Very good, young Spyro.
Also, I think I have unlimited things here, so I was just
Spyro, come here.
spamming B.
This time, see if you can chase them.
So one aspect about upgrading your breath later on is that your breath attack right now, you can't hold it indefinitely. He'll just stop. Also, the range is fucking pathetic. But the more you upgrade it, the longer it'll go, and you can also, it does a lot of damage. Like, the flames are the best way to kill things in this game. The problem is that you do have to do a lot of combat, though, because it's going to be, the more you hit an enemy, the more they'll drop other gems, and then those gems will go back into replenishing your resources.
So melee attacks are changed for this game from Doom.
I guess.
In Doom
Spyro,
2016.
you must-
You attack with chainsaws to get refills on your ammo.
Well done. Training's just getting started.
I also never understood why they were, like, itching their back on the floor right
yeah.
there.
Knocking enemies.
Have you ever broken hurt your tailbone and then just writhe on the floor there?
I did when I was on the stairs one time, and I fell on my ass.
in
This
fight
way,
back
oh,
Spyro.
Mob One.
Let us see.
Mess that up. Also, don't count on me ever really using this ability. This ability is really not good because it locks you right in the place.
Mm-hmm.
You did it! Well, now it's time to move on.
Spyro, come here.
Let us continue.
I remember as a kid, this one took me fucking forever to get down right. Okay, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
As a kid, that would take me hours because combos were not my favorite thing to do as a kid.
Same. There was one in this that it just
Let's
took me
try
fucking
another.
forever to get down.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a pretty good move.
Wait till I tell the folks about this.
If there's hits nearby, I could probably throw them down that.
You can
Over
do
here.
that. You can also
Conserve
get
your
them to go into other enemies, which I think we're actually about to do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, pop.
That's what a motivated dragon can do.
This way, oh, Mauve One.
An off-balance.
Yeah. So we gotta line it up here. Again, I'll give the game credit. Like, if they're gonna focus on combat, I would actually prefer them to kind of explain like how it works. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Have like a demonstration.
Or in a case like that. Okay, I'm trying to line it up, but it's kind of like weird here.
You'd expect it to auto walk because that seems finicky as hell.
There we go. I don't think I've hit it yet. I don't know if I'm timed on this though. We hear the clock, but there we go. Oh, hold and then oh, okay. I'm doing it.
What? It goes right so suddenly.
Find the strength, Spyro. You have it.
Spyro, come here.
An off-balanced enemy. can
Knock it
be
away
very
into the other.
useful.
Repeat
5
this.
times.
Okay, 5 times. Okay, I think I only did like 4. There we go. That's 1. Again, like, not something you really do in combat because the enemies are never going to be standing still for you to do this to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was 3. 4. Got it.
Now you're ready to proceed.
Come over here.
Let's see if you can succeed.
Okay, yeah, this is what I was thinking of. This is where this can be kind of helpful, because if they're behind them, then you can just do that. Granted, he was way up front.
He's also attacking and taking actual health.
There
You've succeeded, but you're far from done yet.
we go. No, I think there's only like 3 more lessons.
Over here.
Spyro, you
Okay, so this is our elemental ranged attacks. Not that hard. It can be useful,
you
but
had it
only
in you,
really the fire
Spyro.
one I remember being actually worth a damn.
This way, oh,
Mhm.
Mauve One.
Now let's mix it up.
Now let's mix it up.
What the hell?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
What a thing to throw at a kid after doing all that. It's like, alright, now knock this enemy into this other enemy. Good job. Okay, now relive the glory days of Nam.
So far, so good. Now for the real challenge.
Spyro, come here.
You have demonstrated.
Alright, this is your big screen nuke, basically. You build up your meter and you do
Like
this.
that purple one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at all those gems back there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get them because there's really no point. The gems do disappear after a little bit, but this is an ability I don't really use much, honestly. At least I don't remember using, honestly, that much, because while it can be useful, it's something that you only want to use in, like, very extreme situations, like when you got, like, a bunch of, like, big enemies on your ass. Alright, so, like, this should be it where I can use it. Yeah.
Nice.
You might have a chance against Cinder yet.
It doesn't immediately drain it, it just slowly drains it after you use it, so there's a cooldown period.
Mm-hmm. I do think, though, you have unlimited breath while that's going on, though.
Sonic Heroes, gotcha. I'm back! Or see if it's
What's
what
at the
that
pool,
is.
big guy?
If you must know, certain dragons have the ability to see visions, the thoughts, memories, and dreams of others, and to see what's happening in places far, far away.
This is something
I
that
am
gets
one
brought up
such
more in the
dragon,
second game,
And
actually.
in this pool, the visions come forth.
Oh, really? Is that so? Okay, what am I thinking now? What am I thinking now? Okay, now. Now.
I'm afraid it's not that easy, Sparks. It takes time, reflection, and patience. What I do
And years
see
of
in the
therapy
pool
after I saw
visions
what was going
is
through
that
your head.
Voltaire, one of the Guardians, is being held on Dante's freezer.
Dante?
Spyro, while I look for details on the others, I want you to venture there and find out what you can. Remember, just look around. If you encounter Cinder, run. You're not ready to face her yet.
Okay, so when people are trying to kill me, I run? Got it.
But, Ignitus, how do we get there?
I'm glad you asked.
Why are you smiling? I don't like it.
Valid.
Let me get this straight. You're saying that I can fly?
Why wasn't that said on screen?
Maybe you've been hanging in those caves a little too long, old man.
Spyro?
Spyro can't fly.
We've been
all know that.
gliding.
Yeah, a bit of fresh air might do you good. I've never flown in my life.
It's you that will be getting some fresh
Now,
air,
it's funny that they
Spyro.
do bring this up, because one thing the third game does introduce is
Close
free
your
flight,
eyes,
which lets you
take a deep
fly
breath,
like an actual, like,
and empty
you're
your
flying
mind.
around the area.
Hmm.
You're still in
Yes.
like a restricted like
Yes,
map
that's it.
space, but you can free fly
Now
the entire
feel
map.
the power of your
Mhm.
ancestors coursing through your body. In times of crisis, they will come to you and teach you, unlocking powers you never knew you had.
Boy, this I gotta see.
Just forget everything you ever thought you knew. Forget yourself. Only through forgetting will you remember what your ancient blood already knows. You can fly.
You can fly. I can fly. You can talk.
All right, and then I'm almost convinced that this was something they wanted to do more of. We get our first flight level, and this is the only one in the entire game. Or okay, the first of two in the entire game.
Spring Mario in Galaxy 2. As a kid, I was so disappointed in Galaxy 2. There's not much Spring Mario levels.
Though I'm thankful
you
for that. I
kidding?
hated
He's
that
flying.
fucking power up.
Welcome to the club, big guy.
Fun fact:
Alright.
Astrobot has
Would
the
that be
Cloud
the
Mario.
annoying pest
Or
club?
no, I
No,
should say
smart
Cloud Mario,
aleck,
but
the
it has
flying
that
club.
Yoshi from SMG2,
I could
where
Mhm.
he would
this.
inflate. That's in Astrobot. Like, Astrobot is just straight up Galaxy 3 in every single sense of the word.
Hmm.
I'll show you a little bit of it after we get done with stream.
Spyro can now learn how to fly. This will be so useful for the platforming sections, right?
Right? And then, like, this is only like one of the few only times we use it. So we can either... I didn't want to do that. You have to use the D-pad on here. Let's upgrade that. There we go.
Wait, can you get a maximum number of level up points before I have to spend it?
Even if you max it out, it keeps all your total.
Okay, so it's just a visual thing.
Yeah, I wanted to get this maxed out first because these do good damage. So like now we really shouldn't have an issue getting to the first island.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
Square.
Yeah, it's like nice square.
Nice enemy square.
See, this is what going back to the music discussion earlier. This is where I think the game has a really really good sense of music. Also, shouts to the monkeys.
Are they?
Yeah, those are
They're
monkeys.
just firing themselves at you.
I could have sworn you could do like a somersault or like a... Yeah, there we go.
No barrel roll.
But I really like this theme. It's one that doesn't get used that often. I think it's only really in this game, and it's never used again.
Isn't the title screen music?
Yeah, it's the main theme of this game. I don't know the name of the track though. It might get used in Dawn of the Dragon for the ending. I think it's used there. I think it's just Spyro's theme. It's what would make the most sense to me.
Hmm.
God, I did not even see that thing at first. There we go.
Why isn't the ship catching fire?
That's a good question.
It blew up. Okay, there's the flames. Even though way much more.
If you ever watch a speedrun of Sekiro, there's like this one bit where I think it was at an EGDQ or at GDQ where like they're like shoutouts to this guy, and it's just like go. Okay, I don't know how I got hit.
The game dragged you to the left.
I'm pretty sure there are also checkpoints throughout this.
I would hope so.
I will die, by the way, during this game. Like, besides just not playing it for a while, this game does sometimes have some pretty annoying things that can just go wrong.
It's like when it comes to Battle of Attritions, old beat-em-ups do expect you to die.
Yeah. We're already almost done with this level.
No music as we finish up.
Yeah.
It's back. As
And
soon
now
as I made fun of it.
And now it's gone. Alright, so this is going to be the first, like, actual big level of the game. This is Dante's Freezer. So, every dragon... So, pretty much at this point, it's going to be the name of the game. We're going to go to an area, and we're going to rescue one of the dragons. Hey, yeah, we just got to Dante's Freezer, which is the first area
Dante's Freezer
for this.
is a desolate Arctic expanse that's littered with the machinery of war. Soldiers and weapons frozen forever in the posture of destruction. You must find Votir before he's lost forever.
How the heck do I land? Coming in too fast!
This doesn't look good.
Incoming!
That's gonna hurt.
So casual.
Nice landing, Ace.
Yeah, maybe this flying thing
Welcome
ain't
back.
for me.
Well, it sure doesn't help that you're carrying all that weight.
I never thought this place
You know,
was
throw a salad
scary.
in every once
It was
in a
more
while, it might be
annoying
okay.
because there's a
Yeah,
tower I
I think I'll
remember
stick
in
to
this
the
level
ground.
that is
Good
infinitely
idea.
spawning. and if you don't kill all the enemies, even if you kill the enemies, they'll just keep coming out and out and out. I didn't realize as a kid you had to destroy the tower.
Path that leads to the interior.
As your first encounter with a generator.
Well, I'd already played Jak 2 by this point.
Hmm.
Because Jak 2, it was kind of like that as well.
Just keep moving. Ice Cube's alive!
There we go.
Do they all have names?
Yes, actually. So one thing I wanted, I was gonna bring up with you. Do you remember that whole thing when like, Last of Us 2 was coming out, and they said like, we're gonna give the enemies names so that way you'll feel bad if you kill them. And I'm like, bro, I play Legend of Spyro growing up. They already had that shit. I do like
the Beast.
I do like some of their names. Yeah, so yeah, we got a lot of combat here. Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
What the hell?
Prepare them. There we go.
You know what? At least it locks onto you and not just naturally rolls.
Oh yeah, and also I may get hit by like the thing there.
What a combo!
Yeah, I told you, I'm gonna die a few times.
Do they just spawn you back where you were? Or
Yeah.
do they respawn enemies?
I think it just respawns you.
Okay, so there's no consequence.
I mean, there's a little bit. Because you could lose that on the gems.
Hmm.
There we go. Alright. Oh, we got a few more of these here. But going back to that main theme, though, I did want to say, I know it's still gonna be a little bit, but I really can't wait to when we get to the Eternal Night and Dawn of the Dragon, and I can finally properly gush about this broken soul and guide me home. If you were to ask me, like, what do I think is like some of the most underrated video game music, it would easily be one of those two tracks.
Wait, after actual names for songs?
Yeah, the credits theme for the Eternal Night is called "This Broken Soul," and "Guide You Home" / "I Would Die for You" is the credits theme for Dawn of the Dragon. But I do think it makes sense in context.
Yeah, because I was about to say, the hell goes on with those games to get those names?
We'll kind of see as we go along. See, like, that's why I also wanted to bring you through this, because, like, so after Octopath, which we finished not that long ago now, I gave Aki the choice of, like, a couple of games. One of them was, like, 100% through Ocarina of Time, but I had not, I've never 100% Ocarina of Time on the N64 version. I've only done the 3DS version. To do either the Jak and Daxter series or Uncharted. I forget which one it was, but then the other one was Legend of Spyro. But I wanted it to be in a way to where it's like I can show you something so you can see the game from beginning to end, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm like, when you pick Legend of Spyro, I'm like, alright. I'm not against doing it, I am absolutely not, but I'm excited to see what your reaction's going to be throughout this series for it, you know? Because I'm also trying to see if these games hold up.
Because, like, I have seen YouTube videos for some things concerning this series because I got curious. Plus, some reviewers covered these games. So I pretty much have forgotten them by now, so don't worry there.
Mm-hmm.
What you guys are talking about here is like, what kind of direction this story takes? It's got me intrigued on that point.
Yeah, like the story, like I'll be kind of like taking shots at the story a little bit because it's like, look, this is one of those stories that when you're like a teen, like it's like you think it's deep, but it's not as deep as you think it is. When you look at it in the context of the game, I want to stress that. But I'm not saying the story is bad. It just needed a little bit more fine-tuning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
because I think like how all the characters end up and like the struggles they go through, I think a lot of that could be made with Spyro characters, and it'd be like a good saga that you would want to tell. The problem is that this game has so much focus on combat, as well as that when we were, as you saw when we were going through the Dragon Temple, it's like, we can't do this. We can do this. I can't do this. And it's like, it's not even been 10 minutes that we've met Ignitus.
Mm-hmm. It's like, no one was hurt. No one's gone through something traumatic. It's just them going, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Digital. I still like these series. I do still like the story of these games. I don't think I'm going to be singing the praises of the gameplay all the way through, because honestly, I'm just waiting until we get to Dawn of the Dragon, because that's the one I actually like. All the way through, like, I actually genuinely think the gameplay in that game is pretty decent. It's the best version of these games. But I'm not going to discount, though, A New Beginning and The Eternal Night. This was a new direction that they wanted to take. And, you know, combat being as repetitive as it is aside, I do think, like, there's a lot of solid ideas here. I would like to see done again, maybe for a different type of story, not involving Spyro, if they wanted to try something like this again. But, like, the whole thing, Spyro is a chosen dragon. The purple dragon is something kind of like like an Avatar figure. Because when this game came out, I had not watched Avatar: The Last Airbender yet. In fact, it wasn't until literally last year I finally sat down and watched all of Avatar. Alright, I should have enough to upgrade the first main breath. There we go.
Oh my god, that felt slow.
Yeah, it is. There we go. And like I said, the more we keep leveling up the fire, the longer it'll be able to stay. I think once you get to level 2, that's when it's like I mean, besides level 3 being the strongest, but level 2 is when you're able to use it indefinitely. As long as you have the meter for it. I also think, I do think in this game, our health and magic are going to be the same throughout the whole thing. But I think in the Eternal Night, I do know, at least in Dawn of the Dragon, you can upgrade it.
The T. Maybe looking at their names. If I can find anything interesting.
I mean, you know what I really would like to see? Like, how far it can actually generate? So I was talking about... I thought he was fucking pissing. I legit thought he was pissing. I was like...
With how that arc looked, I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, god damn. Hold on.
And it's frozen, too.
Oh, okay, I can't destroy it.
Sure, ice can. Let's go with that.
I just hope I can destroy it. One more shot should do it.
Ah. There you go.
What?
And
oh.
the spikes got you on the gate.
I'm in the middle of it, though. That's the thing.
You know how games were with their hitboxes back in the day?
Yeah.
Didn't care.
It's okay. We can try again.
Yes, we can, Spyro.
Okay, so it's Kennedy as dies. Whatever. They're like, oh no, I'm going down. Some invisible force dragging me back to safety. I'm okay now.
There we go. I was trying to do that. Hey, bud. Yeah, the other thing I would say that, again, I do think was a bit of a hindrance in this game. A lot of there's not really any open exploration zones. Again, Dawn of the Dragon really just fixes that completely. Where in this game and the Eternal Night, it's a straight hallway with enemies.
What?
Well, okay, I'll give credit to Eternal Night. It did kinda have some areas where you could like more explore, but in this game, no, it's hallways, hallways, hallways.
Okay, so it's just always no temples that you explore. Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, like, the enemy variety is not going to be very strong at the start.
You know, I'm reminded of the first. What the hell?
I'm getting reminded of the Lich enemy from, fuck it, we're doing this. I'm getting reminded of the Lich enemy from FF16.
Slash soaked to disinterred. You're still alive? Whatever.
Yeah, like I said, the super move, I don't recall, like, for big enemies anyway, which is where I like to use it. It didn't really ever like do a lot of damage. When you master a element all the way to where it's level 3, like it's the ranged equivalent and then the actual breath itself, it does a lot of damage then, and I think it even gets upgraded with like another name and stuff too.
Well, I was gonna say before I got distracted by the second life guy, you know, I'm reminded of when I look at this game.
What?
Crash of the Titans, if you remember that.
Never played that, actually. Like, when it comes to games after the original trilogy, it was really only ever Spyro. So I played Season of Ice and Season of Flame. I haven't played, like, Attack of the Rhinox, and I think there was another DS game that I never played. But, Crash, outside of a huge adventure, never played any of the other ones after the OG games. I mean, I've played like Crash 4 now and stuff, but like I still haven't played like In Trance, I think was the name of the other GBA game.
Yeah, the reason why I say this reminds me of Crash of the Titans is because Crash and Spyro did a very similar turn at around the same time, where they just want to be beat-em-ups.
Yeah.
Crash took the beat-em-up where he takes control of Titans and fights with those, and Spyro just does combos with stuff like this.
I know, which one was it that had like the really funny animations to it? Because I've watched the cutscenes for those, and those are usually pretty good.
When you say that, what do you mean?
So it was either Crash of the Titans or Mind Over Mutant, where it was they would put this mask on, it would change the way how the game looked.
Huh.
I mean, that was all. It was the second one. I remember that. It wasn't the first one, but I don't remember if Crash of the Titans was first or if it was Mind Over Mutant.
I think it was Mind Over Mutant.
Man, this is a lot shorter than I remember then, because the tower I was talking about, the one that infinitely spawns enemies, it's literally right over that edge. I just saw it.
Ah.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could just stand here and grind up gems, probably, but we ain't doing that. Man, this game's gonna be like a lot shorter than I remember.
Look out!
Oops.
No, that's good for us. That's how we just got the second breath.
Spyro, you okay, buddy?
That effect looks so weird.
I mean, if they do, I honestly don't know. I've never given it much thought because, to be honest, electricity is good, but you have to get it to like a higher level before it actually becomes worth anything. And the main reason why is because with electricity, you can like kind of drag them a little bit, so you can eventually drag them over the edge. Oh, I just got too close and died.
Oh, there's a death plane.
Yeah.
Or death wall.
Let's keep trying.
All right. I think
you.
Yeah, like that's what the electric thing does, but I think the problem is that you have to get it to at least level 2 or level 1 before you can do it.
Before it gains knockback properties.
Yeah, because what it does is that it latches onto the enemy.
Hunter Pleasure the Returned.
Yeah, he came back from the.
What a name!
Ain't cool, Blade. like I genuinely want to know like how long does this go? Miss my guy.
Sexy guy his second wind. And there goes his...
I think that's all of them. Yeah, they're not spawning anymore. Okay.
It's like, they're auto-generated, sure. How did that one get through QA testing?
I mean, it's probably like how I think it was Watch Dogs that auto generates like faces and stuff like that, and one of them there was a news story about it, I remember, where it was timing was unfortunate, but like it looked like a person that recently passed away in the media, and like some news organizations like got like, how dare you do this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it just turned out instead it was just a thing of coincidental, very bad coincidental, don't get me wrong, but Scar Fang the Interred.
Blaze Mine the Undead. No, he's dead now.
I don't remember if these are also back like in the second game. I remember for these guys you can't really combo them, so you want to stun them a little bit, and there we go, he's dead. I should have been hit. 2.
Oh, spirit is red. Lemon the Warrior. Staying in the freezer.
Maybe it's like that one Japanese folktale where his name is Iamon, but it looks like lemon when you see it spelled out. It's like, damn you, lemon.
Sting passion. Chain spike.
Chill, leave the fridge. I feel like that's spelt wrong. Boom, boom, boom.
I think that was 3 L's, yeah. Wait, no. Chill, leave. That would be 3 L's. Duke spawn.
Alright, I gotta kill this guy. Come on, die. Die, please.
Oh, Discord really hates this section.
Alright, there we go.
I guess I'll just say Discord right now because it's really suffering.
Hold on, let me check the frames then. Yeah, we're dropping a lot. Okay, hold on. Let me Alright, let me restart the Discord stream. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, we should be back. We should be back. Are we good? I'm not seeing any drop frames.
Yeah, I see the stream on.
Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys.
These things happen, and Naki here is brave enough to restart the stream.
Naki?
I said Naka.
I heard Naki. I was like, Naki, you've never called me that.
Never.
Where'd you come from? Oh, okay. Thanks, thanks, game.
Oh, a cheap shot right as you load in.
Yeah.
I always hate when games do that.
I need to get like one of them dead so that way I can just do the attack. There we go. That should be it. There we go.
But can they still hit you while you do that?
I honestly don't know.
Okay, I heard sound effects when you were rising, but I looked over the stream. It looks like the health doesn't go down.
Okay. Alright. Alright, I think we're halfway done with the level now.
We're halfway there.
Because I remember, I remember the boss of this level being like a giant knight enemy, like the knights that or Viking knight enemies we've been fighting. It's like a giant version of that.
Mm-hmm. You know, if they were doing different like biomes, hey look, if they were gonna do different biomes for this game, this would have been a great chance to have penguins as enemies.
I just think of Twin Sanity. I think it's Twin Sanity when Cortex is like looking at a penguin. And it's like fish, and then he just he pretty much kills him.
Yeah. Fish.
I
It
haven't
just
played
escalates.
I haven't played Twinsanity in such a long time.
I'm so sad that Twinsanity got the short end of the stick. It's such a fun game, but man, is it unfinished as hell. I'm reminded of a chase sequence from The Seal, and as a child, that terrified the hell out of me.
Come on, there we go. I needed him to die. All right.
Now that we brought Crash back up, I want to say, as a kid, for me, Spyro and Crash were on the same wavelength for me. They were what I consider to be peak of PlayStation. I like Spyro because he's a dragon. I like Crash because his games were fun. I never saw the discourse between them. Always thought they were...
I mean, I never ever took that there was discourse between them. Like, they were always supposed to be, like, buddy-buddy. That's why, like, the whole thing between Crash Purple and Spyro Orange was a thing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in the day, just Naughty Dog and Insomniac used to be... I mean, I don't know if I would say they're still the same way now. Oh yeah, chase sequence. But definitely, like, Insomniac is kind of like... They really only ever do their own thing nowadays, and I think it's just because, like, PlayStation really... And Astrobot, I think, has helped kind of really show this to me. PlayStation has really gotten really, really homogenized to the point where it's like... There's not really an identity for any of the studios anymore, you know? Like...
You saw that? You could continue, actually.
Oh, go ahead.
My point.
Go ahead.
Have you saw that tweet where PlayStation was like,
oh yeah, no IPs, and then I look at Astrobot, and it's like literally every fucking IP you guys have ever had getting, like, some kind of love and attention.
Like, at this point, I'm just like, I swear, PlayStation is either run by people that don't know what their company's about, or late Zoomers.
Honestly, I'm willing, because it was a Japanese interview, right? I think was the thing. I'm almost thinking that it was a mistranslation. Like, I'm not trying to defend Sony. It's just like when you think about it, like that kind of context, it's like you can't be this stupid. You just can't.
If it was a mistranslation, I would expect there to be an immediate response letter. But since there wasn't, then
I don't know. Well, like, that's where I'm also saying... It's also a case of, like, maybe the news media just got that and ran that story to the point where it's like there could be something out there, or it's that Sony themselves don't know about the backlash of it right now. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I feel like there has been cases like that, but at the same time, I don't think it's a valid excuse for them to, like, just say, oh, we don't have any other franchises that we can do. And it's like, no, you 100% do. The problem is that making a profit off of those games because of the market you guys have created is something where a lot of those franchises nowadays wouldn't be viable. Like, I'm not trying to shit on something like Ape Escape or anything like that. I know those games have a very big following, but the problem is that a game like that nowadays, unless it's more of an indie developer, it's not going to see the kind of return that PlayStation wants to see, and that's its biggest issue. Like, Astrobot is like a thing where the game wasn't being made by like and when I say like they wouldn't see return on that, like, think like a game like a Naughty Dog game or an Insomniac game and how big like Spider-Man or Uncharted is or The Last of Us, right? You're not going to get anywhere close to that with like a new Jack game or maybe like a new or a new Spyro game made by Insomniac. Like, I'm not trying to like downplay like the game's never...
What the hell?
I mean, he's riding a bison. I'm not saying like...
The animation for that bison though.
But you get what I mean? Like, the aspects of them making a profit off of a game like that because of the hole they themselves dug themselves into, it's just not going to be something that's viable anymore. At least in my opinion.
Like, my stance right now is like, video games are too expensive to make. Roll it back, and, you know, Astrobot shows that games like that are good. And it didn't need years of development.
I mean, that's exactly what Nintendo's been doing. The problem is that Sony dug themselves in this fucking hole, and now they just can't get out because of their stuff. But I'm also not gonna discredit, the games that they've made, because at the same time, I would be a fucking hypocrite if I said something like that, because I love, the Spider-Man games. I love Uncharted. I love Ghost of Tsushima. The problem is that those games take too long to make nowadays.
Art stroll. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Art stroke a master. I think I saw. Like, man, I have an imagination.
I'm kind of in a weird spot. Actually, can I
Yep.
jump over this?
Art stroke the warrior.
Yes, I can. Good. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
you get insta killed.
I was like, I'm out of breath meter, and there's 3 armor guys, so I really don't want to. Oh, I could just abuse this. Okay, never mind then.
Yay, death for advantage.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, all I gotta do is kill this guy? Because I don't think you lose your gems, too, if you die.
So there's no repercussions from death.
Yeah, it's like here, I'm gonna keep hugging this. Come on.
Or you can just jump the gate and go into the lasers again.
Yeah, I could do that. But I should probably just try to hit these things.
That's such a dirty name.
Ow.
Oh my god. The loops.
There we go.
Are you gonna stay skeletons? The
Oh,
one downside is the death animation's long.
Yeah. Oh, if I miss a crystal, then... Oopsie.
If you have OCD, then I'm sorry. I'm already suffering, and he doesn't care.
Well, in this game, there's not a 100% completion. It's just beat the game. That's the thing. You said I missed a crystal? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay.
2 crystals, in fact.
I honest to God did not see those.
Okay, so what we were talking about earlier about Sony and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Can I talk about how Concord flopped?
Oh, yeah, and that was fucking hilarious.
Well, yeah, we talked about it earlier, but I want to emphasize on this point.
Okay.
Everyone is, like, sad and all that stuff, or lamenting that it's such a 7 years long project or something like that, flopping in 2 weeks.
I've been seeing more people feel sorry for the developers, but they do not feel sorry for Sony, and I am in that camp.
I'm on that stance too. I'm also the stance of I'm gonna dance on Concord's ashes, because apparently it's responsible for Japan team's dissolvement. Whatever. They were the team behind Gravity Rush. So, yeah, no.
Did you not know that Team Asobi was actually made by by some former developers of that? Gravity Rush is referenced in Astrobot.
Yeah, I saw the bots for them.
Yeah, I just got them actually.
It's like I want Gravity Rush 3, but if their studio's gone, what can you do?
I mean, I will say this: Astrobot has given me at some point later this year, probably when it goes on sale again, or after I finish Astrobot, because besides Astrobot, the Ace Attorney Investigations collection came out. I'm planning on getting Gravity Rush 1 and 2, because I've not played those games, but I hear how good they are, right?
If you have motion sickness, they might suck.
As long as
and
it's
if
not
you have motion, and you can turn off motion controls, but I recommend them.
Yeah. Well, I would turn off motion control. I do not like motion controls. To me, it kind of begins and ends with Mario Galaxy for motion controls.
The reason why I say keep motion controls on is because it makes it easier to combo. Hello, Lost Hunt.
Alright, you just gotta keep throwing dynamite, and then I'm gonna do that, and then miss, because I'm an idiot.
Dynamite that doesn't auto-lock to the enemy it's being thrown from. And not auto... whatever. I know, highly recommend Gravity Rush 1 and 2. Fantastic games. The story is easily the weakest part, but the game's fun.
Yeah, I've heard people say those games are very, very good. It's just never been in the market to play them until now. So it is on my radar. But between like this month, I don't think there's any games coming out in October that I'm super excited for, because this month I did decide to finally buy Zelda because I saw something that was like, okay, this game looks fun now. Because on Twitter I was saying that the Echoes of Wisdom game, like nothing was kind of selling me on it. But now I'm kind of in the camp of, alright, thanks game. I'm more in the camp of I do want to play it.
The game's releasing in October 2024. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Oh yeah, that game. Well, I gotta hear how good the Shadow section is before I even think about getting that.
Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Wait. What? Game, stop. It's like, what
happened?
Yo, there was 2 apes that died. I don't know what happened.
Okay, let's see here. Sword Art Until Dawn, Patrick Star game, Silent Hill 2, Diablo 4, Dragon Ball. I'll just get to the part that might spark your interest.
Well, probably not Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Sparking Zero looks good, just...
If you want to give the game another go on a lesser system, Yakuza Kiwami.
No thanks. Like, I said this on Twitter, that it's like, look, if Yakuza Kiwami on Switch is your only way to play the game, that's fine. But the game has been available on other platforms for nearly a fucking decade at this point, that I think you're just better off getting it on the Steam Deck anyway. Because, like, and that's not even me, like, saying lol, Nintendo's like, also, those games, I don't know if it was the VOD I watched, because I did see it on Twitter, so keep in mind, like, my perspective may be skewed here, but it was from Nintendo's official Twitter thing, where it looked like the game was running at 30 FPS, which I think that it's going to be based off the PS3 version. It's like, dude, just, like, get I would say get it on the PlayStation Store, because it goes on sale all the fucking time whenever there's a Sega sale, and it's really cheap, it's usually like $5, or get it on Steam, because I do think the PC versions are the best versions of the game. I don't know, like, if it is your only way, I mean, I'm sure it'll run fine. I'm not expecting it to be like fucking Mortal Kombat 1 or some shit.
It is gonna be funny. He's just hearing Nintendo only boys playing Yakuza Kiwami. He's like, why is this game so depressing? Because Yakuza 1 is really depressing compared to the others.
Nah, I think it's about on par with all of them. It's not. I would not even put it near the same kind of like emotion I felt in 7, 0, 6, and whatnot. Like, Kiwami's not a bad game. I mean, none of the Yakuza games are bad. You may not like 3, but I think 3's problem is that the remaster is kind of a bit messy, but that's about it.
The only reason I say 1 is so depressing for me is because I played 0 first, so I got attached to some characters I won't say just in case. And then in 1,
Yeah, that's why I think definitely starting with that one is not a bit. Oh, actually, you know, fuck it. Let's talk about this for a second. Live action series is coming out too in October.
Okay. Oh, for Yakuza?
Yeah. And I'm kind of still on the fence on that. I hope it's good, but they ain't instilling confidence in me. Mainly because they said because this has always been the case. At least I don't know about Last of Us, so if they want an exception to the rule, I would say Last of Us was that, where the main actor for Kiryu and like the main characters themselves, they're not allowed to play the games because they want the actors to have their own interpretation of the character, and I can respect that. The problem I'm worried about is that they're not going to be able to nail what makes Kiryu, right? But but at the same time, I will then say, well, like, let's take a look at The Last of Us, which was a fantastic adaptation of the game for a television series. And I'm pretty sure Pedro Pascal has not played Last of Us. I'm pretty sure about that. But he did a very, very good job as Joel. So, again, like, if there can be exceptions to the rule, then I'm willing to be like, okay, well, let's see what you got. And I think I forget, Yokoyama, I think is his name. But like the main director for the Yakuza series is having a big hand in it too. But again, like that can only go so far before we can just say no, this ain't good. I mean, you want to talk about also about Concord for a second? Did you know that Amazon show that they're making?
They were making an Amazon show for
well,
it?
kinda. But did you hear about like that one Amazon TV show where it's gonna be like players getting into a video game and something like that?
Oh.
Concord is gonna be in one of the episodes.
Oh.
They got like the red guy, and then it's like, ooh, poor timing. Okay.
Things that aged poorly very fast.
Alright, I think we're almost to the boss. I am gonna go use the bathroom here in a second. We did just activate a checkpoint. I don't know if we'll go super long today. I think all I'll do is we're gonna reach Voltaire because I really do not... Okay, I really don't want to go into like the second area. I don't think it takes as long as this place. But these areas just kind of like feel like they're dragging up. Man, shadows, what's going on? Okay. Let's see if we can upgrade. I know, worst timing, right? Let's see. Let's upgrade. I want to save electricity still for now because I still want my fire to actually do a lot of damage. If I have enough left over after this, we'll dump it into electricity. Okay. Yeah, then I have a lot. Forgive me, like I said, this is really awkward on the GameCube controller. Okay, let's then dump... we'll dump the rest of it into fire then. Fuck it. Man, have I really had this much?
If you're surprised, maybe this takes as long as you thought it is, or you're getting more crystals than you thought. What the hell are you supposed to do here?
I don't know. Oh, I guess I could guard. No, that's strafing. I think there's a guard button, or maybe I'm thinking of another game.
Or you just use your purple to invincibly frames for it. I frame it.
I think this is when we can finally like face the bat enemies. Yeah.
What the hell? Iriku Lizard Twister.
Yeah, so now we can actually hold the fire indefinitely, which is good, as long as we have magic meter. Bob. There we go. That should kill it. Okay.
Nope. Just one tap.
Okay. Looks like there's something in here we could... I'd say probably not, but I'd have to upgrade my electricity, but I dumped everything in the fire. I will be using electricity in like the second area a lot more. Because in that place I remember there being a lot more clips, and also the rock enemies in that level was really annoying. Ow. You need to do that. Bye-bye!
You can throw the flying enemies off of a cliff, and they just forget how to fly.
Vegeta, I can fly! You know what, Nappa? Catch it with your teeth.
Yay!
There we go. There we go. Alright. Oh, there's more. You need to die now before they drop those bombs on me. There we go.
I immediately swarm you after that.
Alright, let me go kill this guy.
Man, I want to play Astrobot so badly.
Why, you seeing more of it on Twitter?
Yes. And everyone I know is streaming it, so. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to finish the game tomorrow. There are there's either 5 or 6 worlds, I don't know. Like a case of like, once you do all the levels, the final world opens up. I don't know if it's like a case like that. But on the main hub world, I am in the last area. I thought that said Black Rock Shooter or something. Alright, you need to die, please.
Man, that's a blast from my past.
I only know the
love
song for it. I never watched the anime.
I remember watching the OVA for it. And I also remember watching the PSP game being played.
I did not know there was a PSP game.
It's not a good game. I like it, but it's not a good game.
Is it just your typical kind of like anime beat 'em up game, or?
It's like a beat 'em up, but I remember some. I'm gonna look up footage real quick. I'm curious now. Yeah, no, the anime itself is like, it's like a slice of life, but teens going through some I'll say intense emotions because I don't remember the well, and then Black Rush Shooter being a dream basically, and that dream fighting other people's dreams and confronting them like that.
I really do not remember these sections to being that long, because my strategy here is not changing. Like, yeah, I know if I could get the electricity... Oh, actually, I should actually be already able to upgrade the fire to level 3. Yeah, there it is. Alright.
11 years ago for this game. Not for Spyro, for Black Rock Shooter.
Oh, yeah.
This is just anime. Show me actual gameplay.
There we go. Oh, okay. I guess we just win.
Okay, then.
Maybe we should head this way, genius. Hey, Spot. Oh, check this out. Echo!
Up through those icicles.
I don't remember if this is where the boss is at, or if it's...
Alright, my turn.
I wonder how much of Sparks' VAs is just ad-libbing.
Knowing David Spade, probably a lot.
Who's the genius now?
Alright, before we fight these guys, I am gonna go use the bathroom. I really gotta be.
Alright, pause and now keep the chat.
Yeah, I will as soon as, okay. Game,
Immediately jumping you.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Now you're stuck with me, chat. How am I thinking about Spyro so far? It's alright. The story itself is like interesting right now. Wondering how it can actually turn dark. As yeah. Curious on that front, so this series should be interesting for my reactions. Gameplay wise, man. Again, it's a product of its time, so think about it like that. If I were a kid and me playing it, I would probably be entertained right now, actually. So I'm not gonna fault it for that much. Let's see. I would be entertained by the story as a kid, yeah. Gameplay, fun, yeah. But for me as a kid, since I replayed Spyro, I would be confused. My kid self would genuinely be confused on why Spyro's the way he is right now.
Okay.
I'll get back.
What were we talking about?
So far, what I'm thinking about this game. I'm trying to be fair with it.
No, you can. You can say that with me. It's like, okay, he's gone. I'm gonna say what I want now. Nah. All good. Because like I said, we gotta make conversation out of this, so...
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's like, I was just basically saying, me as a kid will probably think this is entertaining, but also confused on why Spyro's like this. Because I played the OG games. Or at least the second game, at the very least.
I think, around this time, because I know that feeling you're talking about, because I had the same reaction. You know, like, wait, why am I not going around getting power-ups and stuff? But I think what it was the commercial, because a lot of that scene when Ignitus is training Spyro, it's like, now it's time to unleash the true dragon within you. And you got to see him do, like, the super move and shit. Oh, we're at the boss. Nice. And it's like, ooh, that looks so cool. And then I was like, oh, okay, I want to play this game
I
now.
don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's too quiet, too easy.
What part was easy? Getting chased by frozen madmen and gorillas?
Sparks.
Is that what I think it is? Ah!
What was that? Sure, whatever. We'll take it.
Alright, I remember this boss being very, very, very easy. It's literally use your breath attacks on them and you're not gonna lose. Alright, if I remember right, it's that you just wanna... You have to wait for him to, like, do something like that. No? Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, then it's dodge this. And we want to get our breath back, and then...
Oh my... They refill you!
We're already in phase 2.
Oh, that was a phase?
Yeah.
I thought that was just it. It's just much the same, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You have to wait for the icicles to come down, and then if you break them, you can get health and stuff back. He sends out those shock waves, but there's really nothing to worry about. Fire, go!
As a kid, if I played this, I would probably die a lot of times and get frustrated. And then seeing this back as an adult, like, wait, is that easy? Because there's some bosses like that.
Oh, we already done.
So,
okay, I was like, wait, I thought there was a phase 3? Or is that it?
he's getting back up.
Oh, okay.
He's out the throat. Oh. Force summoned his sword.
Alright, we should be fine. I'm almost positive that, yeah, we just start here full health. Hey, bud. Whoa!
Unlocked.
Ouch.
Did you expect that to do more damage? You being frozen?
Yeah. Done.
Alright.
That's the first boss.
Wow.
I don't know. I just remember as a kid, I found that out. I'm like, okay, this is the easiest thing ever.
Your size defeating that thing. Thank you.
Spyro.
A purple dragon named Spyro. Amazing. Of course, there were
And you're fine. They didn't hurt you at all, apparently.
But most considered a hearsay. Gossip, legend. It's hard to believe, difficult to fathom, amazing to comprehend.
No wonder they gagged this guy.
So much time has passed, so many things have been learned. And now here he is standing right before me.
Excuse me, Mr. Vaughn.
What is it?
Sir, shouldn't we get going?
Oh, of course. But where to?
Well, back to the temple.
A friend of yours is waiting?
Ignitus?
Yes, Ignitus.
Of course, much to tell and many hypotheses to pose.
Oh, this is in Trophy and Engine.
Yep, that's Engine
It's
and Entropy.
Corey Burton is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He also played Zeus in God of War, another electric person. That's funny as fuck.
And Zeus from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I'm on BTBA right now. Just to see
Yes, Voltaire, it's good to see you as well, but we don't have time to waste on sentiment.
He's done a
Back
lot
to
of Disney
Cinder.
stuff.
She was doing what to you?
Cinder's a chick?
Oh, it can't be absolute.
I love that's his first
It seems
comment.
she was using me as some sort of suspended organic power source.
Oh yeah. Also,
She was
just
using
as
it as a battery.
just to say, I already know all about Cinder.
Not only that,
In terms
she also
of
left with a
who she
glowing
is.
yellow orb,
Yeah.
and
That's
I
not gonna
believe
be a
that
surprise to
I
me.
somehow powered it. Does this mean anything
Oh
to
my
you,
god,
Knight?
it's Hugo Strange from Batman.
Perhaps.
That's
What I do
really
know is
funny.
that we need to
Twilight
rescue
Skeleton
the
will
other
begin in
guardians
8 hours.
before Cinder can power any more of those orbs.
I agree, Ignitus. But first, I'd like to impart some useful knowledge to Spyro, vis-a-vis his recently acquired electricity-based exhalation device.
What?
Well, he says he'd like to teach me some things about that electricity breath.
Oi, why didn't you just say so?
Alright, I think I'm gonna get through the electricity tutorial and then we'll call it for a sesh. Probably not go super long with these because the tutorial area was very long and everything. And also I don't want to commit to the next area because these areas are going to get very repetitive. Unfortunately, like it's going to be going through battle, you know.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna send you something, because it was about what we were talking about earlier.
About what?
The gameplay on Blackrock Shooter, the game.
Oh, okay. I'll walk out that after the stream. Thank you.
Yeah. It's really nothing special.
Okay. So this is what they were referring to, where you can drag the enemy through the thing.
This is the Fizz gun from Gmod. Or whatever, that grabs enemies and just drags them across the screen. Okay, so you just grab them and then move them? That's its thing?
It also stuns them. Like, electricity is good, but the main problem is that you have to upgrade it first. When you upgrade it, that's when it becomes very useful. Like, probably next to fire, this will probably be the one I use the most. And I don't remember if it's this game or if it was the other game where Earth was by far the worst one. I think this game I remember it being good. Ice is just kind of whatever. It just freezes the enemy.
Get back here, let me chase you. I guess you're literally just clicking them.
Yeah.
Quick study after all.
Over here.
Why can't you talk to him before? Or have to say a thing?
Oh yeah, and the electric cage is good.
The hell?
So when you do this on them enough times, they will basically get stuck in the air, and then you can hit them. And it can be helpful for certain situations. Probably won't be using it that much though. I can think of probably the 4th area. I think it would be pretty good there. So it also homes in on enemies.
Okay, so there's you there. Just in case you want to run around. What is that sound effect?
Don't know. I also probably should have read the tutorial. I did not see what it said. Well, I killed one of them.
Maybe they want you to combo them in the air? I'll be honest, I didn't read either.
Yeah, I was just kind of mashing shit. Yeah, just combo them.
Oh, that's a problem.
What?
Frame skipping.
Oh. Let me see. Yeah, we're down. Okay. Well, if it happens again, I can just put it together in editing. It's really not a big deal.
Hmm.
Alright, we've only got this one left, so this is the last one. Just gotta mash X a couple times and then we'll be done.
I do see some spikes from an hour ago,
Okay.
and spikes from 30 minutes ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if these spikes are happening now.
Okay. Well, we're almost done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just trying to get the gauge built up at this point.
I guess fourth screen nuke.
Yeah. Okay. And then we just gotta kill these enemies and then do it. Okay, now we can. Come here. No, you don't take damage. It makes a sound effect, but there's no.
Ooh, that looks cooler.
Your training is complete.
And your, if they touch you, they get zapped, I guess,
I guess.
during the cooldown. Is this the same training room, or do they just really bring the statue up and down?
Yeah, they just bring it up and down.
No, that looks like a different dragon.
In Eternal Night, they expand the temple a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Spyro, Cyril, the Ice Guardian, was taken to Tall Plains. You and Sparks must go there at once and find him.
Yes, sir. But if we see danger, we should run, right?
There are times when all of us need to stand up to danger, young Sparks.
Yeah, maybe next month, next summer, perhaps next year.
Just go. Now.
Yes, sir.
It would have been ballsy if they said, next game. At this point, they wouldn't know if it would
Well, I
get
think the
trilogy
Eternal
going.
Night did come out a year after this game. I'm pretty sure it did. Eternal Night was either 2007 or 2008.
I didn't look at their release dates. Legend of Spyro.
Because I'm pretty sure the Dawn of the Dragon was 2009.
Tall Plains was once home to a proud ancient tribe called the Atlawa.
Oh, bless you.
Sparks.
The Atlawa were a people in tune with the rhythms of the seasons, focused on their relationship to crops, their surroundings, their gods. They've all been driven underground by Cinder and her forces, who have taken over the tribe shrine. I sense that's where Cinder is keeping Cyril, trying to power another crystal. You must find him before she succeeds.
Right. It's never easy, is it?
Nothing worthwhile ever is.
So now
Why
you're
they don't have
spouting
more
wisdom
flying
here, boy?
sequences?
Yeah, there's only 2 in the entire game. 1 in the beginning and 1 after the 4th area.
'Cause that would have been a good time for another flying segment.
I feel like they would have gotten too repetitive if they had done it too much times, but we are going to call it there. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade electricity, though, again.
While you do that, I have news on the release dates. These were released yearly for 3 years.
Yep, that's what, like, I knew it was something like that, but I couldn't remember exactly, but...
Every October for 3 years.
But that is where we are going to end it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I will be streaming again this game probably next Saturday. I'm going to make this a weekly thing instead of Octopath where we did it too. Mainly because Octopath was just a much longer game. This is a much, much shorter game. We're already almost halfway through the game. Once we're done with this area, we're halfway through.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, this game's very short. So probably be done over 3 sessions. We'll probably do like, depending on how long this section takes us next time, we may also do the 3rd section too. Or the 4th, I don't know, I get confused a little bit. But yeah, next time though, we'll go and rescue Cyril, the ice dragon, and do that. Outside of that, you can follow me on Twitter. This week I'm just going to be posting about Astrobot here and there, and probably a little bit of Miles Edgeworth stuff, but outside of that, not much else to report on. Oh, Aki, if you want to go ahead and plug your stuff, I'm going to see if there's anyone that we can raid.
Hey, I'm Omi. I go by on Twitch. Nakia calls being Aki, because that's my 14 name. But I stream here randomly, basically. Every Sunday, though, we've been playing Final Fantasy 16. We're almost done with that. And sounds like next session, we're entering DLC territory. So look forward to that if you're willing to drop by. You can follow my link. Well, you can find me using my name in the title description there. Just tap on Omi. There you can also find where I upload my VODs, where my main channel is, and also where my Twitter and Blue Sky is. Other than that, I'm the funny guy with the Fugi here. That goes
Let me see if there's someone just streaming Spyro stuff. Yeah, you know what? Sure, we'll do this one. This was the first one that popped up for me. Oh, and they're speedrunning Spyro 3. Okay, so yeah, just found this person. We'll raid them. Let me see if I can make sure I remember how to do the raid stuff. We'll
there should be a.
huh?
I was just gonna say there should be a console where you could easy raid. On the Twitch side of things.
Okay. Make the hashtag, I guess, unleash the dragon, because, you know, unleash the true dragon within you. Alright, but British Cloudy is apparently speedrunning Spyro 3. Go wish him luck, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
I'm hungry.